Welcome to Midnight Story. In the quiet American frontier town of Red Hollow, long before electricity, engines, or modern science, life flowed slowly, like the river that touched its southern edge. Families rose with the sun, slept with the moon, and trusted the earth beneath their feet with a kind of blind faith. People believed the ground was solid, unshakable, eternal, all except for one girl. Her name was Elora Greywind, a 14-year-old whose world had always sounded different. While others heard nothing but silence beneath the soil, Elora heard whispers, gentle vibrations, shifting currents, distant echoes. The earth spoke in rhythms only she could feel. Since childhood, she could sense thunderstorms before clouds appeared, footsteps before they arrived, and occasionally, movements so deep, so ancient, that she never dared mention them. But everything changed the night she felt something huge stirring beneath the town. Something alive, something no one would believe. Elora lived with her father, Samuel Greywind, a widower and a carpenter, known for his quiet strength and gentle eyes. He loved his daughter fiercely, though he could never understand her strange gift. Sometimes, she told him once, it feels like the earth is breathing. He had chuckled softly, stroking her hair. Elora, my girl, the earth does strange things. Maybe you just feel it better than the rest of us. But even he did not fully believe her. No one in Red Hollow believed anything unusual unless it stared them in the face. One late autumn afternoon, while the sky glowed orange and the scent of burning wood drifted through the town, Elora felt the first tremor. It wasn't like the small rumbles she occasionally sensed. This one was long, slow, a dragging pressure, like something enormous shifting its weight far below the town. The ground beneath her feet vibrated just enough to make her breath hitch. She pressed her palms against the soil. Something was there, something moving, something growing closer. Elora stood quickly and ran toward the town square, where townsfolk gathered to prepare for the harvest festival. The lanterns were being strung, children were laughing, horses clopped against the old wooden road. Everything felt normal, but under her feet, she felt a warning. A pulse, a push. She heard it clearly. Thump, thump, thump. Like a heartbeat. The earth's heartbeat. Her heartbeat quickened. She hurried to the well, where Mayor Whitford supervised the decorations. Mayor, she called. The ground, it's moving. Something's wrong. The mayor turned, adjusting his spectacles with slight annoyance. Elora, my dear, the ground always moves a bit. It's settling. No, she insisted. It's big. It's coming closer. A few townsfolk overheard and chuckled. Oh, here she goes again, one man said. Ground whispering girl is at it again, another teased. Maybe the soil talks only to her. A woman laughed. Their mockery made her chest tighten. Elora swallowed her fear. I'm serious, she whispered. Please listen. Something is moving under Red Hollow. But no one did. Not that day. Not even the next. As evening fell, the sky turned dark and starless, and Elora felt another surge beneath the ground, stronger this time. Strong enough to shake lanterns and rattle window latches. She screamed for her father. He came rushing out, lantern in hand. What is it? Elora held her hands to the earth. She shut her eyes. She felt pressure, movement, a deep rumbling, then a sudden shift. The earth was stretching, waking. It's coming up, she whispered. Dad, something is rising. Samuel knelt beside her, now frightened by the look in her eyes. Elora, what do you hear? A warning, she breathed. The earth is telling me something. He put a hand on her shoulder. My girl, we need help. But help wouldn't come voluntarily. The next morning, the vibration returned stronger than ever. Samuel demanded a meeting in the town hall, dragging Elora with him. But when she spoke, they laughed again. You're scaring people for no reason, said Mrs. Marlton, the baker's wife. We've lived here 30 years, never felt a thing. Argued the blacksmith. Children have wild imaginations, someone muttered. Even the mayor sighed impatiently. Elora, unless you have proof, we cannot cause panic. Proof? How could she prove something invisible? Frustrated and humiliated, she walked out of the hall with shaking hands. She felt it again outside. A ripple, a shift, a warning. Thump, thump, thump. And this time, the thumps were followed by a deep, wet crack. The distant sound of earth being torn open. That night, Elora could not sleep. She sat outside on the old stump by her house, listening. The ground trembled softly beneath her bare feet. Why me? She whispered to the darkness. Why can I hear you and no one else? But the earth never answered questions. It only warned. A cold breeze blew. Leaves shivered. And then, another tremor. This one sharper. She stood. No, no, no. She ran into town as lantern flames flickered in the windows. Samuel rushed after her. Elora, what's happening? She pointed toward the far ridge. The moon broke through the clouds just enough to reveal something horrifying. A long, jagged crack stretched across the ridge, glowing faintly from within. The earth was splitting open. The ground beneath the crack bulged upward like something massive was pressing from below. Something was rising. Elora screamed for the townsfolk. Doors opened. Lanterns lit. People stumbled out, confused and frightened. What's going on? What's that glow? Is the ground moving? The laughter stopped. The disbelief ended. Reality stared them in the face. A tremendous rumble echoed across Red Hollow, deeper and stronger than anything Elora had felt before. The ridge exploded upward. A cloud of dirt and rock shot into the air. Horses screeched. Children cried. People fell to the ground as the tremor spread like a wave through the town. The earth roared. It groaned. It warned. Elora grabbed her father's hand. It's the underground river, she cried. It's shifting. It's carving a new path. The ground is going to collapse. The mayor's eyes widened. Everyone, move away from the ridge. Get to higher ground. Townsfolk scattered, running toward the hills. Lanterns swung wildly. Mothers clutched their children. Men shouted directions no one could hear. The earth trembled again harder. Then the nightmare unfolded. The entire ridge gave way, collapsing into a massive sinkhole that swallowed trees, soil, and part of the north road. A deafening roar filled the air as water surged upward from below, an underground river bursting free, flooding the path where people had stood just moments earlier. People screamed, scrambling uphill. Elora, this way, Samuel shouted, pulling her toward the old mill. But Elora stopped. She felt something, someone, a vibration small, desperate coming from behind her, near the collapsing road. A child. She turned and ran toward the sound. Elora, no, her father cried out, but she didn't stop. A small boy, no older than 6, was trapped under a fallen wagon, crying for help. The ground beneath him was giving way. Elora threw her weight against the wagon, pushing with all her strength. The rumbling intensified. The soil started to sink. Come on, she pleaded. With a burst of adrenaline, she rolled the wagon just enough for the boy to crawl out. She grabbed him and ran as the ground behind them collapsed into roaring water. Samuel reached them, pulling both into his arms. Elora, you saved him, he whispered. But she wasn't thinking about that. She was thinking about the earth, and what it was saying now. The worst was not over. Through the chaos, Elora closed her eyes and pressed her palm into the soil. She breathed, listened, felt, and then, clarity came. The water is breaking through the ridge, she said calmly. If it reaches the lower town, it will flood every home. But if we open the south channel by the river, the water will flow safely. The mayor stepped forward. Are you certain? Elora opened her eyes, steady, strong, sure. Yes, the earth is telling me where it wants the water to go. And for the first time, the town listened. Under her direction, men rushed to dig the old dried-out south channel. Women and older children carried tools, lanterns, and ropes. Samuel worked beside his daughter, never leaving her side. The tremors continued, but now the town moved in unison, working, trusting, hoping. Every shovel stroke mattered. Every lantern glow mattered. Every heartbeat mattered. Finally, the channel opened. The underground flood roared toward it like a beast freed from chains, rushing through the carved path and spilling harmlessly into the river. The ridge stopped collapsing. The ground steadied. The tremors ceased. Red Hollow was saved, because one girl listened when no one else would. As dawn finally touched the devastated ridge, townsfolk gathered around Elora. The same people who had laughed now looked at her with awe. Gratitude. Respect. Mayor Whitford removed his hat. Elora Greywind, you saved Red Hollow. All of us owe you our lives. Her father wrapped his arm around her shoulders. I always believed in you, he whispered. She smiled softly. Thank you for listening. Now. In the weeks that followed, the town rebuilt what was lost. Families moved their homes to safer ground. Water channels were strengthened. New wells were dug. And whenever the earth trembled, even the slightest movement, people turned to the girl who could feel its warnings. Elora never wanted attention, she didn't seek praise. She only wanted peace, love, and understanding. She found all three after the day the town finally listened. If you are new my channel, please subscribe and press bell icon. And Red Hollow never forgot the night their fate rested in the hands of a girl who heard the heartbeat of the earth itself. Calm down. Close your eyes. Sweet dreams. Good night.